Hey, this is Lauriston Crockett, and welcome to Peptides Are Life. And I am so excited because I have Maria Garcia with me today, a voice for Plano and the Hispanic community. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to be here.
So I understand that you have some questions for me because you started living the peptide life.
Yes, and I love it so far.
Okay, I'm ready. I want to talk about this and get into it because it's such a passion of mine, and especially with the Hispanic community. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but I know how to salsa dance, cumbia, and bachata.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes.
You never told me this.
I did,
okay,
yeah.
So now I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna be the judge of that.
You got it.
And
We'll
I'll
go
let
dance
you know.
anytime you want to go.
Yeah.
So you have some questions for me with the Hispanic community because, you know, right now we're having some health issues and a lot of people are wanting to know about longevity and peptides. So I'm ready. Tell me what it is. What do we want to know?
Well, let's start off, with basic questions because I think I'm sure a lot of people in the Hispanic community know what peptides are, but they don't really quite understand what they do. So what are peptides? What do they do?
Yeah, it's a funny question because you hear peptides everywhere. And the answer to it is that peptide comes from the Greek root word peptos. Peptos means digested. Mm-hmm. So we actually get our peptides from the foods that we eat. So basically, that's just a very bottom line definition of what a peptide is. But they're so powerful because peptides are in every cell of the body. And what does that mean? Well, the average human being has 37.2 trillion cells. I talk about this all the time. Every cell in your body has a peptide. There are 40 peptide hormones in the human body. So peptides are extremely important for health and longevity.
Okay. Wow. So we can find these in food then?
Yes, you can. And for foods, where if it's meat or it's plants or cheese or anything like that, the body can actually produce peptides. The problem that we're having is when we get past the age of 29 or 30, our digestive system is changing. And if our body is not able to ingest and create the peptide fuel that we used to when we were younger, we're aging with more disease. So this is why we're starting to do peptide supplementation so we can have the peptide fuel in our body is when we were younger human beings. And this is why we're having problems with hormones and disease and other health issues because we're not getting that peptide fuel. People don't understand that. It all leads back to digestion.
So it's strengthening the cells, basically.
Absolutely. Every cell and every function in the human body has to do with peptide signaling, and bioregulators, which are peptide hormones.
Well, I'm sure we don't want to know all the science, but, because I just want it to work. That's it. What is it going to do? When am I going to get the results? And that's another question. When will you expect to see results after you've been taking? Because I've been taking them and I saw it immediately.
Right.
I felt like...
I know you call me.
Yes. I was excited. So I felt like I took a shot of just... clean fuel, just a lot of energy right away.
A natural energy you get. So you get this youthful energy when you take peptides. It is not a stimulant like drinking coffee or a soft drink or an energy drink. It's just this natural energy comes back on the body. And so this is what happens. So you asked me again is how long does it take? Well, everyone is different because your endocrine system is different than my endocrine system. These peptides have been in my blood for over 20 years now.
Wow.
So I've been taking it, for this long. And you just started taking it, and all of a sudden you're feeling good again. You're sleeping better. You've got that natural energy and stuff. So it really comes back to the individual, what stage of life that you're in, and then also are you having any health issues? So it could take immediately like it did with you, or it may take up to 2 weeks. But the deal is that it's going to change you for sure because you're getting that peptide fuel that your body's lacking. Now, a lot of people also ask me, well, can younger people take it also? Yes, we deal with a lot of athletes and a lot of other people that are younger and still getting benefits from peptides because maybe they're not getting it from their food sources.
So do you have to take it like continuously or do you ever stop? I mean, how does that work? Because you've been taking it for a long time.
I have.
Does it still have the same effects like it was the first time or your body's kind of built the resistance to it?
Well, what's been proven, and the Russians actually proved that, it's actually in my book, Peptides Are Life, and we want to make sure everybody gets a digital copy. But the Russians proved that lab mice, you can increase their lifespan between 10 to 30% by using peptides. So these peptides have been in my blood for 20 years. And when people look at me, they don't understand. I'm 64 years old.
Right.
And as you know, we just had a baby boy in October, and so just really excited. But I'm in the gym doing 6,000 reps a week. I'm doing Krav Maga. I'm taking care of the business and other things like that. So again, peptides have changed my life, and it's slowed down my aging process. Again, with you have natural energy, so you're just now starting to feel the effects.
Right.
Do you have to take them forever? Well, I would say that probably so, because remember, if your digestive system's changing, you're not able to process the food like you used to.
Right.
You're not getting the peptide fuel compared to the natural peptide fuel, which is at 5,000 Daltons. Now we're going back into science.
Yeah,
what does that mean? That's the atomic weight of it. It's so small that it can actually rub through the skin, so the body immediately absorbs what when you take these peptides. So absolutely, if you stop taking it, and some people have, and they always come back to us and they say, Crockett, oh my gosh, I feel like I hit a wall. I said, well, you didn't hit a wall. What you did is you went back and started feeling the same way you did before you started taking the peptides and living the peptide life. So it's your choice, but I would say out of any supplement, this is what I take, this is what I've chosen, this is the results I get. And you and I've spoken about this, and I'll tell everybody who's listening also, I am totally against vitamins and minerals. First of all, you're not vitamin deficient. Most of these vitamins that are coming in are synthetic byproducts of petroleum. They're dangerous in my opinion, and I just don't think there's something. And plus, the body's not able to use them; they're not water soluble. Now, I'm going to give you a secret here. They can bring all these vitamins in from China, but as long as you bottle them right here in America, you can still say "made in America," and I call foul on that. Compared to the Genostim peptides, an ingestible, we make everything right here in America, and right here in Texas too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times we don't know, and that brings me to my next question. There's a lot of brands out there. So what would you say to people? Okay, mine is different or mine is safe. What differentiates yours from others?
Well, we're not a vitamin. We are
peptides. I'm sure there's other peptides out there.
Well, all right, so you've heard a lot of people let's talk about two different forms. Right now, the hot subject is collagen.
Yes.
And collagen is a peptide. Here's the problem. You've got a simple collagen fuel, which is a peptide, but you have to have a peptide, something called a growth factor. And a naturally occurring growth factor is like the lock and key mechanism that will turn on the body and tell the body how to use that peptide fuel. Without a peptide growth factor, or bioregulator, which is another peptide, the body doesn't really know what to do, and if it's already in a state that it's not digesting the food properly, and the growth factors there are not there to signal the body how to use this fuel, you're basically just getting rid of it as waste, just like you do with most of your vitamins and minerals out there. So collagen is great. We actually have a product called HNS21. I know that you've tried it.
Yes, that's the one I'm taking. That's great.
Yeah, it's got royal collagen in it. It's got collagen mixed with royal bee jelly. Royal bee jelly will get blood to the hair follicle faster. And then we have 75 milligrams of the peptide, which have growth factors, which signal the body to actually produce hair faster and longer and beautiful nails and beautiful skin, like you have.
Right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It must be working. No, I'm kidding.
It's working, yes. It is working, right?
Yep. Because I've taken collagen in the past, and I never saw the difference.
Right. So, but now you're getting peptide growth factors, which are not growth hormones. Growth hormones are dangerous. That is a drug or something synthetic. We don't believe in that. Naturally occurring growth factors will signal the peptides, and then they're going to do what they're supposed to do. So it's pretty simple when you really think about it.
Right. So a lot of my friends have asked me, what is it, FDA
approved?
Approved, yes.
Well, the FDA knows exactly who we are and what we're doing, but we're not FDA approved. We can't make that claim because we're still considered a dietary supplement. So if we're a dietary supplement, we're not under the FDA shield like a drug manufacturer would be.
Okay.
But, we're absolutely approved. Peptides are approved by the FDA.
Okay.
But again, we're just not regulated by them to that point because we're not under their shield. Because of dietary supplements.
Okay, good to know.
Oh, yeah.
So what can you tell me? Obviously, there's an epidemic with the Hispanic community with they're suffering from type 2 diabetes.
Type 2 diabetes.
What can you do? What would you say would help us?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about, we call this a insulin health issue. instead of type 2 diabetes. I don't even use the word type 2 diabetes anymore because it's really an insulin health issue. And why would I define it that way? I define it that way because insulin is a peptide. A lot of people don't understand that, right? And, and so with our peptides, when you take them, the whole function of the peptides is bring the endocrine system back into homeostasis. Now, homeostasis is just a funny little word that means balance. So we're not making a medical claim, but we do know that a lot of the people who use our peptides and take our peptides regularly are getting great results with their insulin health issues because it seems to be bringing their insulin levels back into balance, back into a normal range without all the side effects. Again, we don't make medical claims. We don't even mention the other word. We call it an insulin health issue because that's really what it is.
Got it. Yeah, no, I would love to share this with the Hispanic community because I believe it would help them a lot.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to...
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I know we were talking, I want to go back a little bit. We were talking about the collagen for women and stuff like that. So I heard it was also very good for infertility. Is that true?
This is true. Peptides are amazing for fertility for women and men. For men, it actually creates spermogenesis. So you need peptides to actually stimulate the sperm production in males so we can raise the sperm count, which is very, very important. And for women, oh my gosh, stronger eggs are very important.
But we only have a certain amount of eggs. Like, so does it make it stronger?
It strengthens because of the hormones that help produce and signal the egg production.
Got it.
Our hormones are peptide hormones.
Right.
So the eggs are coming in more fertile.
Got it. And healthy.
Then with the males, we have spermogenesis with a higher count of sperm. So we have bigger chances to make beautiful, beautiful babies. And again, as everyone knows.
I know. I saw your baby.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. It's a beautiful, healthy baby.
Yeah, you got to hold him.
Yep.
Yeah. So Maria came over and she actually got to meet Maxton Crockett the first. And so like I said, as a father at 64 years old, I've got a beautiful, he's about to turn eight months old. And we're just totally blessed by this beautiful, beautiful child. And I still believe that it has to do with healthy lifestyle, but also living the peptide life. So I know that my sperm count is high and strong.
Right.
So mama has a chance of getting pregnant.
Wow. Well, if you're both taking it, then that's what you get.
Your
baby.
Because she was 41 years old when she got pregnant. So and we have a beautiful, healthy baby, 98 percentile. He's doing great. We're getting little teeth in. I'm having a blast. So absolutely. So we do help with fertility. Peptides do help her with fertility for sure. But I'd like to go back to your question also about different type of peptides. So we talked about collagen peptides.
Right.
The Russian and the Chinese right now are really pushing their injectable peptides, but they're very limited. First of all, I don't know about you guys, I don't like needles.
But I didn't even know those existed. Like a lot of the Hispanic community, I mean, I can't speak for all of them, obviously. But I've never heard them say or mention any of this. Yeah,
so they're made in Russia or they're made in China, and sometimes you have to inject them up to 3 to 5 times a day. But you're only getting like one natural growth factor in there, and it's not a naturally occurring one, it's a synthetic. Compared to our peptides have 18 amino acids, but 21 naturally occurring. Now, again, remember, naturally occurring growth factors. Now, you can get growth factors out of a common chicken egg.
Right.
But we've been able to make it a peptide that just works pretty dang quickly.
Yeah, I don't want anything synthetic.
No, me neither. And who wants to deal with needles? I'm not into needles. I don't like needles. So so it's an ingestible, not an injectable. There are 0 side effects with our peptides. 0 side effects. Even if you're taking a medication right now, you do not have to worry about it because there's 0 side effects. But they're still fast acting and highly effective. And so that's what I can say about that.
That's wonderful. I really enjoyed talking to you. It's a lot to digest.
Yeah, right.
I need some, but I think that this is, oh my gosh, so much great information that needs to get out in the community, and I feel like it would help so many people, but they don't know. So that's why we're doing this.
Well,
and so I want to thank you for inviting me and discussing this, and maybe later on, in the future, we can keep talking, deeper about this.
Well, I'm hoping everyone please reach out to Maria, and if you have questions for us, I'd love to come back on. We can even come back on live and talk about this. And in the meantime, I'd like the Hispanic community to get this book for free. This is a 5-star book on Amazon right now. But if you go to genostim.com, that's genostim.com, you can actually download the digital version of this. And next week, we have translated this now into Spanish.
Wow.
So it was very important to us for our Hispanic community that we were able to create this in our Spanish language.
Definitely.
And so in another week or so, please go to the website still, and you can still download that and take it, and please share it. And again, if you have any other questions, please reach out to Maria or reach out to me. And
reach out to him, to you. They can reach out to you, and they can ask for me.
Yeah.
And I can contact
Let's
you.
come back on and talk about it, because I really think people are going to have other questions, they want to ask us, and would love to go live or love to and just answer their questions. So absolutely, let's do it.
Definitely. Thank you.
Hey, it's great being with you. Hey guys, this is Lauriston Crockett with Maria Garcia with Peptides Your Life. We love you guys. Please check out the information and start living the peptide life today.
Yes.